Hey y'all, Harry here today, and today was a great day and also a hard day. So, why was it good? Why was it bad? Let's just start with the bad real quick. It was last goodbyes for some people, and so yeah, that's always hard. Yeah, that's why it was hard. But it's the queer crowd, so it was good. And you're never too far apart. I'm sure we're gonna run into people, and like the saying goes, people come into your life for a reason, and they, they I guess leave for a reason. They're not like leaving, but I move away for a reason, and it all works out. It'll work out. It's just, gotta get that last social interaction, soak it all up, so that when I move to Columbus and I'm in my new city, I can be lifted through the tough times without my queer family and my chosen family for the time being until I have new family in the area. So that was hard, but cool things that happened. First of all, on an uncool note, I am packing still and serious hardcore packing. Also haven't studied at all for any of my finals. Well, the one final that I have that I'm not super concerned about, but should be studying for, just so we're clear. Whoops. People are much more important. They just are. I also got to go, my neighbor, she's freaking awesome. She talked to me today for a long time and helped me pack up stuff, and so did some friends, and we went to this art market right down the road, and we got cupcakes, and she's just lovely. So I had that experience, and I went out with people, been having so many good personal experiences. Yet I'm moving. But anyway, what I was gonna say is, so we went out, it was with my queer friends here, and it was kind of like a last goodbye thing. And so they call me Harry, he, him pronouns, and I had invited some of my friends. Well, they were helping me, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna go get some drinks if you want to come. Two of my good friends here. And the one I had been talking to, and she kind of knew my whole gender thing, questioning, but I hadn't told her to call me Harry yet or change a name or anything at that point. And so I texted her, I was like, hey, we're going to this place, and I was like, by the way, they call me Harry here. And she responded well. She at first was like, is this an inside joke? And I was like, no, legitimately want to be called Harry. And she's like, okay, do you want me to try calling you that? And I was like, if you'd like to, yes, that'd be great. But I didn't want them to be surprised by the Harry name. And then I told my other friend who, super liberal, super kosher, I didn't think was going to have an issue at all. But we've only really gotten to know each other in the past month and a half, 2 months here. And so, it was a trust thing for me. I was like, okay, and she's in my program, but she's a couple years younger, and I was like, hey, just so you know, I have been questioning my gender, and they call me Harry, so don't be surprised. And she was super cool with it. So for that, that was an awesome thing. I'm so thankful that I was able to talk to these people and have, you're never done coming out, right? And it was great to have that other, more experiences of coming out and have them be positive still. And yeah, I guess I'm, I'm kind of picking and choosing who I come out to at this point. And that means that I haven't told any of the tough people yet. But that's okay. We'll get there. So, two of my close friends here, they know, and that's good. That's great. I am excited, and I think it's going to be a lot easier in Columbus in social scenes because I can start out as Harry, at least in that regard, and socially. So that I think will be really good. The hard part is going to be making that either professionally transition as well as just realizing how far I want to go with that. And what I mean by that is I just have a really hard time asking someone to call me Harry when medically I haven't transitioned at all. And it's just, it's hard because even like the whole issue of like restrooms, like if I'm out socially with people at a bar and I am going by Harry, even though my credit cards are saying a different name, but that's okay. But I'm going by Harry. If I go to use the restroom, do I use the men's or the women's? I'm not passing full time yet, so I've yet to use the men's room. I just haven't felt comfortable with that. So if I haven't medically transitioned, I have a hard time saying, like, call me Harry. I'm like, respectable, like, please, like, you have to do that. And maybe that's the wrong view. Maybe I'm being too compassionate on other people. But I just have to look at it from a standpoint of, like, these people are only able to judge, like, 99% of the people in this world are not questioning their gender and changing their gender. So yeah, it's going to be weird for them. It's going to be strange for them. And it's okay. Like, just don't be a dick about it. I guess don't, like, beat me up because you think that I'm doing something wrong. Otherwise, it's fine. Like, you can mess up. I'm okay with that. I mess up all the time. Last night at the party, I was like, hey, and I said my old name. Even though I'm, out and I'm with a bunch of queer people, and then I was like, oh, or Harry. I could also go by Harry, and I was just like, yeah, like, I mess up. You're gonna do that because for 30 years I've known myself as the other name. I've introduced myself as another name. So it is strange. And it's also just concerning. It's like, okay, so I go out and I'm starting to meet people in Columbus, and I go by Harry, and then for some unknown reason, worlds collide without knowing it. And then what? Right? Like, I actually kind of had this thought the other day because I was sitting outside and I was with a professor and a couple of other students. We were at a bar, restaurant thing. And it was close to where the Out Memphis, the LGBTQ center is. And it was right at the time when the trans support group meets. And I saw one of the people in the group who I know as Piper and who knows me as Harry. And they had kind of like they were getting close to walk by. Luckily, they went to the bookstore next door. They didn't go into the restaurant. But I was like, hey, like, what would that be? Like, they would acknowledge my existence, and I could be like, hey, Piper. And they would be like, hey, Harry. And they would be like, this is weird. Like, what was that about? So, I don't know the social etiquette. I feel like a terrible trans person in that regard. So yeah, I mean, those are my ramblings. Good day, hard day. Tomorrow, my family is getting here, so I have to hide all of the LGBTQ stuff. And it's my last day of freedom in Memphis. But it'll be good. They'll get here, we'll finish packing. I'll probably study maybe a little bit, take a final, and then I leave. I pack up and I leave on the next morning. So times are coming. Times are coming to a close, and it's really sad. But I know that I've made these amazing people here, met these amazing people here, and so there'll be just as many amazing people in my new city. The hard part is knowing that that might not be more for just a year, or it could be for the rest of my life. I don't know how long I'll be in Columbus because it is only a 1-year appointment at this point. It could be longer after that. So, yeah, rough times ahead. Just trying to soak in all of my social interactions while I can so that I can make it through that initial hurdle in the new city. Anyway, let me know what y'all think on the whole pre-T, using your chosen name, and just how to interact socially. Because when do you start switching over to the men's room? When do you? There's so many questions I have. But it'll be good, hopefully, to find some more trans guys and to just really be part of that community. That's what I'm looking forward to. It is what it is. So, I will catch you later. I'll let you know. I hope this wasn't too sad. This is more just a pondering, and yeah, it was a great day. I came out to 2 more people. So, that's 2 more than I had told. I've got a lot of I've got a couple other people. So I guess we're over a handful now. That's cool. It's so cool. I mean, we're getting into like, we could talk about like scores almost of people. Which is where it's scary. It's like, oh, are people going to start like tagging me as Harry on Facebook because they know me? Like, oh, fuck, I don't know. To an extent, you just want that to happen. You want that accident to happen so that you don't have to come out to people. But let's not talk about that. I'll catch you later. Thanks for listening to my ramblings, and y'all have an awesome weekend. Enjoy your last couple of days of April. May is about to be freaking glorious, and it's going to come in like a lion. That's the saying, right?